What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Sensei Glove, the bald head black anime nerd, and I know it's been a minute since I gave y'all a One Piece review, but here I am back with my review of One Piece manga chapter 968, Oden's Return. This backstory overall has been amazing. As you guys know, I have, felt like I should rate the backstory as a whole because it really just enhances all the shit we already know. But to think that we would get so much information about, the Roger Pirates and the Whitebeard Pirates and just get to know them a little bit more, not to say that it was a fuck ton of character development or anything like that, but just to see kind of things from their perspective for an extended period of time is not some shit that I thought we would ever see until Endgame One Piece. And, I guess that's exactly what this is, Endgame One Piece. But with the last chapter being so great, with them, finding the One Piece, obviously we don't know what that is. But that, that whole panel, that glorious panel with Roger laughing, that shit was fire. To follow it up with this, it was a decent chapter. I wouldn't even call it a setup chapter. It was just a ramp up chapter, if anything. Chapter starts out with shortly after they find the One Piece and now they're, they basically leave it behind. We find out that the world has basically been coning or naming Roger the Pirate King, saying Gold Roger the Pirate King. He's like, nah, I'm Gold D Roger, nigga. Like, stop tweaking with me. They're giving this nigga all these titles. They calling his treasure the One Piece. They saying that he had all this fame. They saying that he had all this power. And that's kind of what I, would kind of preach to my friends, that the title of Pirate King isn't something that the pirates come up with. It's what the world deems. So you don't necessarily have to be the strongest nigga alive. You don't necessarily have to be the richest nigga alive to be the Pirate King. Niggas just gotta think that you are. Niggas gotta run with a fucking narrative. Like, we very well may get to the end of One Piece with do whatever Luffy does, and they could say he's the pirate god, or some shit like that, and it'll just be like, he has da 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 da, he has da 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 da, and da 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 da. So it just really speaks to how the narratives can move, and even the Roger Pirates were laughing about that shit. We also get in this chapter the disbandment of the Roger Pirates, which I was excited to see. I kind of wish they would have went a little bit more into that, as far as everyone's emotions about where they went and who they was fucking with, and how they ended up, like, some people get captured and this, that, and the third, or even just to see kind of where Roger went. But I feel like we may get a little bit of that later, we may not. All in all, I'm okay with what they did with it. He got off the ship and then shit just kind of went how it went, because at the end of the day, we saw the whole speech between Oden and the rest of the Roger Pirates in that other panel, 957, I believe it was. We saw that, as well as, we know from what Rayleigh told the Straw Hats in Sabaody, well, we didn't see him a year after that, so we got kind of a timeline there. Before I get into the Wano stuff, I think the most important thing that was revealed in this chapter was essentially what the Voices of the Sea, or Voices of the Sea Kings, were speaking to both Roger and Oden while they were on a ship, basically exclaiming that the next successor, or the next Pirate King, or the next person will be born in 10 years. It takes 10 years for them to be born, and then 15 years for them to grow. Obviously, I guess we are led to believe that this is Shirahoshi, because they just came from Fishman Island. All of these stuff is coming from Fishman, but I think it's pretty obvious that this is Luffy. Considering that this may be 2 years before Roger dies, or 2 years before the 20 years ago. It's been 24 years since Roger died in the present time. That lines up perfectly with Luffy. Luffy was born 10 years after Roger died, or 10 years from that then, so basically 8 years after Roger died, 7 years after Roger died, one of those. And it took 15 years for him to grow to the point where he's with the shits, you know what I mean? He's with the shits. He started going out sailing, he's getting to a point, and that includes the 2-year time skip. But the key thing in that is when the kings meet again, there will be like a shakeup, is what it said. Obviously, again, we're gonna have to see the translation, but I think that is referring to Luffy's birth. I know there's a whole lot of theories out there about Dragon being, a celestial, or maybe have dated a celestial. Same thing with Garp, this, that, and the third. I know that is a theory. These panels kind of speak a little bit more to that, because if the two original kings, one being a D and the other being whatever the fuck the enemy was, or like, you know what I mean, a Celestial or a Tenryubito, you know what I mean, or whoever the fuck, one of the other king, the motherfuckers on the opposite side of the D's, meet and, you know, come together and have a child. That's the motherfucker that's gonna be the next king type shit. So I'm thinking that this Luffy backstory that we gonna, the birth of Luffy, or I don't even, the dragon backstory maybe, is gonna be something crazy, and I'm super excited to see that. Oden returns to Wano, and as you expect, it's a whole lot of, oh, we're happy to see you, but shit is fucked up, brother. So, you know, he gets back, everybody greets him with open arms, but then it's immediately like, all right, look, let me tell you what's going on. Ashura Doji ain't fucking with it no more. Orochi's taking over. Kaido has moved in, which I'm a little bit upset that they haven't expounded upon how Kaido has came. They kind of just said, well, we were gonna fuck up Orochi because he's been being tyrannical, and then he did some snake shit. He made a quick move on us, and then next thing we know, Kaido's army's already here. It's like, well, how did he link up with Kaido? Like, I hope that they kind of expound upon that in the next chapter or two. But yeah, Orochi's taking over. Kaido's here. Ashura Doji is back defending, you know, Curry. Denjiro is borrowing money from motherfuckers and returning them. So I think they're subtly trying to tell us that Denjiro is the witching hour boy, which that doesn't rule out that the witching hour boy is not Kenshiro, but it is leaning more towards telling us that Denjiro is the witching hour boy. Riding around stealing money, giving it to the poor, blah, blah, blah. On top of that, there was a raid at the castle. All the niggas got out, but Toki was shot in the leg, and this sends Oden. Like, nigga, why you gonna shoot my bitch? Bro, I'm finna up the thul, bro. He grabbed the fucking swords. I'm finna up the thul on you niggas. Rushes straight to Orochi's castle. They're telling him to stop because I'm assuming there's something in the background here that's like, he needs to know before he attacks, which I think is leading to he's walking into a trap. Not necessarily a trap that he can't get himself out of, but a trap that involves somebody else. To the point where it's like, all right, you kill me, I have a bomb strapped to your lady. Some goofy shit like that. Some shit like that where that he didn't really listen to. But I did enjoy seeing that nigga take off and be pissed and, you know, want to get in that ass. He cleared all them niggas that was in front of the Capitol. He cleared all that shit. And he pulled up to Orochi. Orochi's like, Oden, like, wait, you know what I mean? Like, think before you do this. And I don't know if that's even more alluding to the fact that there's something different happening here, because we know that Orochi is a snake. Like, he's a trickster. He does a whole bunch of like tricky shit to make people think a thing is one way when it's actually another. And obviously Oden's a simple-minded person who ain't really looking into that. He just know you fucking with my people, my family, I'm gonna fuck you up. And then the chapter ends there. Overall, it was a nice, like I said, setup. Not really a setup chapter, but it was a good chapter overall. I'm very excited to see the next chapter because Orochi's talking about, you know, Kaido won't stay quiet. Nigga, fuck Kaido. Let's go. Like, you fucking with my people where he at. I want him right now. I'm gonna cut your ass and then I'm gonna beat his ass. So I'm excited to see this Oden versus Kaido shit next week. No, yeah, next week because there's no break. I'm hoping that they get to the shit. I hope we get some explanation for how Kaido came to be here. But yeah, overall, it was really fucking good, man. This backstory has been great. I think we probably maybe have 1 or 2 more chapters left of it. I appreciate how long Oda has done this. This has been a great story. It has enhanced so much of the shit that we already know. So this is great. Like, comment, subscribe. Fuck with your boy Sensei Let Glove. Follow me on Twitter at Sensei Let Glove. Follow me on Instagram at Sensei Let Glove. I am 5 subscribers away from 200. So if you fuck with the kid, you fuck with my content, you fuck with me as, you know, content creator, hit me up, man. Subscribe, share it, share my page, share my videos with your homies, with your friends, with your daughter, with your sons, with your grandma, with your mama, anybody, bro. You know what I mean? Like, just share the shit, tell them to subscribe, fuck with the kid. Other than that, Sensei Let Glove out.